Greetings everyone, I'm Kevin and I have been over 1 year on testosterone now. So because it's been 1 year, I thought, hey, why not talk about all the changes and stuff like that. And I think the most obvious one is my voice. Greeting everyone, I'm Kevin. Hello everyone, I'm Kevin. Greetings everyone, I'm Kevin. My voice has changed a lot. It's a lot deeper than it was before I started testosterone, and also like I have a harder time like hitting higher notes. So when I talk, I can't go up like high, and that is very like weird for me because I used to be able to do like a specific sound for my cats. Like I imitated them when they did like these whiny sounds. I imitated them, but I can't do that now because like my voice breaks if I try, and that was very weird to me when it started happening, because it did take a while before I couldn't do those sounds. So that was very weird. I'm happier with my voice today, basically. Another thing that I've noticed is that it's easier for me to gain muscles than it used to be. And that is also to do with with testosterone. If you have a lot of testosterone, you do have an easier time getting muscles and getting like muscle definition and stuff like that. And that is just a little thing that I noticed, and I'm not mad about it. Another thing that happens to a lot of people on testosterone is hair. Losing hair and gaining like hair on the body instead. It's raining outside, that's the sound. It just started raining, so that was a great timing. But I noticed like up here, I have lost a lot of hair. It used to go like this, but now I lost a lot of hair here. In this, like on both sides, I have lost a lot of hair. I still have very thick hair, so it's not that. It was more like it was very sore. Like these areas were really sore earlier. They're okay now, but just as the hair was falling off, they were very sore. And like body hair, there's this kind of joke with trans guys that the hair that you lose on your head, you get on your body. And I do have a lot more hair, and my arms are getting hairier the past few months. It's very weird when you're not used to it to suddenly see those changes, but also like I'm happy about those changes. Is like I don't know how to explain it. It's just I have also had like a few facial hair strands. I have had 3 so far, but I feel like just continue with testosterone. I mean, like, of course I have to take testosterone for the rest of my life, so it's not like I can just stop doing it. I have to continue for the rest of my life. That's a very weird thing to kind of remember. But that's with my regular medicine as well. I have to take it for the rest of my life too. So it's not that big a difference. But I think as I keep being on testosterone, I will be able to grow some facial hair. Maybe not like a full beard yet, but just to have stubble or something. Another thing that I've noticed is like the face shape, or like face features have changed, and that is also like a weird thing. I mean, I looked very feminine before I started testosterone. I still look a little feminine, but not to that extent that I used to. At least that's what I think. That's how like my view of it. I might just be seeing things, like imagining a difference. I don't know, but I personally see a difference when it comes to features on my face. The next thing is something that a lot of like trans people notice, and that is because you're going through a second puberty, you get like those same, I don't want to say symptoms, it's weird, but you get like oily skin, pimples. If you had a hard time with like acne during your first puberty, you will probably go through the same thing again. I had never that much issue with acne, but I do have a lot of pimples, and I never really, when I was younger, I never had to do like face masks and do like specific routines for my face to keep away the pimples, but I have to now. So I had to like get special creams, wash my face a lot more, because it was oily, and it was never to that extent when I was younger. So that was something that was very weird to me. Like, it was just, you know, I had to go to the bathroom multiple times a day during work just to wash my face because it was so oily. And it bothered me, like, having oily skin. Like, it feels like you have this, like, oil over your face, and it's a very uncomfortable feeling. So I just felt like I have to wash this off immediately. So I had to like go to the bathroom multiple times just to wash my face. And that kind of goes into the next thing. It's that I am a lot warmer than I used to be, and I get sweaty a lot easier. So I don't need a lot to be very sweaty, so I have to use deodorant and stuff like that. But something that I really love that I noticed very early on testosterone is that it's kind of like a confidence boost. I feel a lot more comfortable in myself and being outside, being around people than I used to. And I realized that I stopped looking down when I was walking outside. I started looking ahead. And for me, that's kind of like has to do with being comfortable with myself, that I can keep my eyes in front of me instead of at my feet. And the last thing is a thing that I think is weird to a lot of people, but it's not common and it's not uncommon. It happens to some trans people, it doesn't happen to all of them, but it's something that not a lot of people talk about, so I felt like I wanted to talk about this. And this isn't specific for my year on testosterone, this is my transition in full, so from coming out as trans to today. And that thing is sexuality change. And this can also be referred to as kind of like an orientation or attraction change. It doesn't have to do with sexuality. It can just be like who you're attracted to, what gender you're attracted to, that isn't sexual. You know what I mean? It just referred to as sexuality change, I think. And I found out about this when the first time that I met a trans person in upper secondary school. We had kind of like a lecture, and there was a trans woman coming in just talking about what it was like to be trans. And a question that was asked was if she was gay, and, you know, sexuality questions. And she explained that for some trans people, transitioning can change your sexuality. You can be only attracted to girls, and then you transition and you're suddenly only attracted to boys. You can have gone from identifying as straight to identifying as bi. You can, like, who you're attracted to can change during your transition, even before you start hormone treatment and before you do like surgeries and stuff like that. And I find that very interesting. And that actually happened to me. And that's kind of like why I want to talk about it. So I had come out when I was in upper secondary school. I came out as gay. I never used the word lesbian for myself because I hated that word, which today I understand, because lesbian means a girl who loves a girl. And I was very uncomfortable with that kind of definition, so I called myself gay and homosexual in like Swedish. Homosexual sounds so weird when you say it in English, but it's very like normal to use it instead of gay in Swedish. You can use gay as well. Like, those are the two words that I used personally at that time, and I was only like mainly attracted to girls. There was one guy that I really liked until I found out that he was dating someone else. And I think my friends expected me, because they knew that I liked him, they expected me to react like that I would be sad or disappointed or heartbroken to find out that this guy that I liked had a girlfriend. But I wasn't. Like, I was, oh my god, that's great, like awesome for him. I reacted that kind of way, so everyone was like, what are you are you serious? Like, are you just pretending that you're okay with it when inside you're breaking apart? And I was just like, no. I literally, like, I genuinely felt happy for him, and not in the way that, you know, like, I'm happy that you're happy. For me, it was just like, I'm happy for him. No more to it. I was just very happy for him. And that kind of made me realize that maybe what I thought was a crush wasn't. Like, maybe, I think in reality at that time, I just wanted to be his friend. I didn't want to be anything other than his friend. I liked him as a person and not as someone I wanted to date. And that was kind of like a big realization at that time for me. And then afterwards, I kept only dating girls. I wasn't that interested in dating boys. And then I came out as trans, and I dated a trans guy for a while. Not anything like serious. It was very like short. And then I started to like socially transition, changed my name to Kevin. All of that, came out as trans, started living as a guy, and somewhere along the way I started being attracted to boys. And it's very strange to me because 6 to 10 years ago I only imagined my life with a girl. If I would imagine like being in a relationship with someone, it was with a girl. But today, if I would imagine myself being in a relationship with someone, it's a guy. And that's weird to me. Like, that's a big difference. I am attracted to both girls and boys. And like, I'm attracted to people, not gender, is what I usually say. Like, I'm attracted to personalities mostly. But I feel like today I have a preference, like 60-40, I would say, to guys, and then 40 to girls. And it was like, when I was younger, it was 80% girls, 20% guys. So and that's weird to me. But it's something that not a lot of people are aware of or talk about. And for me, like, my theory is that as you transition, even not like taking hormones or surgeries, you get comfortable with yourself and you understand yourself in a different way, which means that you might realize something about yourself that you didn't. Like, a lot of trans people pretended not to be trans and didn't understand that they were trans for a long time. And so, like, a lot of our feelings were repressed for a long time. So maybe that's why, I don't know. But like, to me, it's a little bit weird, like, that it is like that. Then those are all of the changes, or the main changes of this year on testosterone. I can't believe that it's already been a year. Like, I can't even talk. And I can't wait to be 10 more years on testosterone and see when I will get stubble. Yeah, I would very much look forward to that. But yeah, that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed, and please leave a like and subscribe if you haven't. And I will see you next time. Good reading. Bye.